I guess the Kardashian Jenner sisters and even Kris Jenner herself can agree with me when I say only two people in their family who can say whatever they want without caring about the consequences are the grandmothers. But for whatever reason, I feel like they're being underappreciated despite keeping it so real. Because of that, I have decided to dedicate this video to the two grannies of the Kardashian Jenner clan. Subscribe, hit the little bell button, and stay with me because I have so much tea to spill. Let's start with Caitlyn's mom, Esther Jenner. At the end of last year, 93-year-old Jenner granny was asked about the reasons she believed she had caused the split between her granddaughter, Kylie, and the rapper Travis. She didn't believe the reason was that they decided to start a family before being married. Aw, that answer is what you can expect only from a grandma in the Kardashian Jenner family. And this is not the first time that Grandma Esther has spoken out about the failure of a relationship in this family. If you remember, last November, she made quite a noise when she expressed her joy after the separation of her daughter Caitlyn, former son Bruce, and Kris Jenner. But before talking about what Esther had to say about Kris Jenner, let's get a recap of Kris and Jenner's relationship, shall we? Don't worry, I'm not gonna tell you about how they met or where their first date was, no. All I'm gonna share with you is that they married in 1991. That same year was the same year that Kris divorced Robert Kardashian, her first husband, and the father of her first 4 children, Kourtney, Kim, Khloe, and Robert Jr. And during the 24 years that Bruce and Kris stayed together, they had 2 daughters, Kendall and Kylie. And in 2007, they started filming their successful show, Keeping Up with the Kardashians. However, their marriage ended in 2015, so now it's time to tell you how Granny, Mrs. Esther, felt about the split that caused so much fuss. Now, according to Esther, during all of those years, her son was a victim of suppression because Kris was a controlling monster. Bruce or Caitlyn could never freely explore her desire to become a woman. So these were her actual words. She said, "She's domineering. It's do it her way or there's no way. I had very little to do with Kris. I stayed away from her as much as I could. Kris never cooked that I knew of, or she was always running out to eat with her girlfriends, and she left Bruce to take care of 2 babies, and he did that. The only one I ever saw to change the diapers was Bruce. I never saw Kris do it. He's the one that got them in the bath and in their PJs at night, and he's the one that took them back and forth to school when they were going to their private schools, and Kris didn't." Granny Esther also talked about how Kris has been so disrespectful, and that she would sit down and badmouth her grandchildren from Bruce's first 2 marriages, and then in the next breath she would talk about how wonderful her girls were. And all of this was before Kendall and Kylie were ever born, so Bruce would be sitting right there like he didn't hear a word she said and didn't call her out on it. Granny Esther has another problem with the family as well. Well, with the show, to be more precise. She said that she never understands why it's such a popular show. To her, there are no good morals in it. Sorry to disappoint you, Granny, but that is exactly why the show is so popular, because there is no morals in it whatsoever. Of course, Esther is not the only grandma in the family. There is the other granny who is the more well-known among fans, Mrs. Mary Jo Campbell, Kris's mother, the only granny that is the grandmother of all the Kardashian and Jenner siblings. This 85-year-old is the one who is pretty popular among her granddaughters, particularly with Kylie and Kim. Kylie loves her grandma so much that she even has a tattoo that says Mary Jo, her grandmother's name inked in her grandfather's handwriting. Kylie is not the only daughter who is close to MJ, as I told you earlier. Kim is the other favorite sister. Not long ago, Kim talked about MJ's health problems, in particularly the lupus and psoriatic rheumatoid arthritis that she suffers from. Although the symptoms are treatable, the stiffness that comes with it makes it impossible for her grandma to carry out tasks simple such as brushing her teeth, getting dressed, or even answering the phone. In 2016, Kim shared on her Instagram that Grandma Mary Jo was being injected with cortisone to treat her psoriasis problem that causes dry skin and peeling of the skin. Okay, let's get back to the bond between Kim and her grandmother. Probably one of the reasons why they're so close is that they have so much in common. Of course, we're talking about the failed marriages of both of them that they had. MJ was married to Kris's father, Robert Houston, until the girl turned 7, but then divorced. Grandpa Robert died in 1975 in a car accident on his way to Mexico, and MJ's third husband, the businessman Harry Shannon, whom MJ lived with for 40 years, also died in a car accident in 2003. Pretty sketchy, right? We won't dig deeper there though. Wait though, I mentioned 3 husbands, but I only talked about 2 of them. MJ got married for the first time when she was an 18-year-old girl. She tied the knot with one of her former high school classmates, who had been her boyfriend for 4 years. However, just 2 months after the wedding, they realized how much of a mistake it was and they got divorced. If you guys remember, Kim also had a short-lived failed marriage the first time she said yes I do, and she got married to the former basketball player Kris Humphries. And in their case, their marriage lasted exactly 72 days, and that is exactly what she has in common with MJ. Funny to have a short-lived failed marriage in common with your grandma out of all the things out there. This family is for sure strange in all aspects of their lives. Well, now that we have met and talked about both of those grannies, what do you think? Which one is your favorite? Definitely Grandma Esther, huh? Write your opinion in the comments section below, and remember to like, share, and become part of our Curious Sips family by subscribing to our channel. Until next time.